Очищаю. Справа, справа. Оставь. Этот мой.
A 152mm M-B towed howitzer destroyed an armored vehicle with Ukrainian armed forces personnel in the Kherson region on the right bank of the Dnieper River.
499. Да, угломер 58-43.
Заряжай. Один огонь.
Да, есть. Заряжай, один огонь. Один огонь.
Выстрел! Выстрел!
In the vicinity of Ekaterinivka, Russian forces are carrying out coordinated strikes against Ukrainian positions. Drone operators and artillery crews from the 68th Iron Tank Regiment and the 20th Immortal Regiment, supported by air power and the Rubicon Detachment, are actively targeting enemy fortifications. The combined assault has led to the destruction of several Ukrainian positions. As a result of the intense firepower and precision attacks, surviving members of the armed forces of Ukraine have been forced to retreat from the battlefield, abandoning their defensive lines. Russian special forces are actively targeting and burning Ukrainian equipment and fortified positions, supporting a broader offensive in the border areas. In the Kharkiv and Sumy directions, coordinated actions by special forces, airborne troops, and reconnaissance units have led to the destruction of enemy bunkers, strongholds, UAV crew positions, and military transport ahead of the main assault. This successful operation was made possible through the joint efforts of the 137th Regiment of the 106th Airborne Division and the 20th Separate Reconnaissance Battalion. Their cooperation ensured precision and effectiveness on the battlefield. Battle for Kupiansk. Thunderstorm massacres vehicles with AFU militants in the city and the area. Guard soldiers of the 68th Division of the West Group of Forces are hunting for vehicles and AFU militants in the Kupiansk direction in the Kharkiv region, day and night. The FPV Thunderstorm Leska fiber optic control system is actively helping to destroy the enemy. Russian Defense Ministry on progress of special military operation. The armed forces of the Russian Federation delivered a group strike by the Kinzhal aeroballistic hypersonic missiles and attack long-range unmanned aerial vehicles at infrastructure of the AFU military airfields. The goal of the strike has been achieved. All the assigned targets were engaged. Units of the Sever group of forces improved the tactical situation. Strikes were delivered at manpower and hardware of 2 mechanized brigades, 1 air assault brigade, 2 assault regiments of the AFU, and 1 territorial defense brigade near Pavlovka, Alexeyevka, Verachino, Yablanovka, and Andreevka, Sumy region. In Kharkov direction, units of 1 mechanized brigade of the AFU and 1 territorial defense brigade have been hit near Volchansk and Okremovka, Kharkov region. The AFU losses amounted to up to 120 troops, 4 armored fighting vehicles, 12 motor vehicles, 5 artillery guns, and 1 electronic warfare station. Units of the Zapad group of forces improved the tactical situation along the front line. Losses were inflicted on formations of 3 mechanized brigades, 1 assault brigade of the AFU, and 1 National Guard brigade close to Kupiansk, Alexandrovka, Peshanoy, Kharkov region, and Novosilovka, Donetsk People's Republic. The AFU losses amounted to up to 225 troops, 2 armored fighting vehicles, and 19 motor vehicles. 3 ammunition depots and 5 electronic warfare stations were destroyed. Units of the Yug group of forces improved the tactical situation. Losses were inflicted on manpower and hardware of 3 mechanized brigades, 1 air mobile brigade, 1 assault brigade of the AFU, and 1 territorial defense brigade near Konstantinovka, Seversk, Plesheyevka, Ivanovo-Polye, Zvanovka, and Berostok, Donetsk People's Republic. The AFU losses amounted to up to 150 troops, 1 armored fighting vehicle, and 1 artillery gun. Units of the Centra group of forces improved the situation along the front line. Losses were inflicted on formations of 2 mechanized brigades, 1 Jaeger brigade, 1 air mobile brigade, 2 air assault brigades of the AFU, and 2 National Guard brigades near Novopavlovka, Dmitrov, Belitskoy, Rodinskoy, Krasnoarmeysk, Donetsk People's Republic, and Dochnoy, Dnipropetrovsk region. The AFU losses amounted to more than 385 troops, 2 infantry fighting vehicles, 2 motor vehicles, and 2 field artillery guns. Units of the Vostok group of forces continued advancing into the depth of the enemy's defenses. Losses were inflicted on manpower and hardware of 2 mechanized brigades of the AFU, 1 territorial defense brigade, and 1 National Guard brigade near Novogeorgievka, Berezovoy, Dnipropetrovsk region, Temerovka, Olgovskoy, Zaporozhye region, and Iskra, Donetsk People's Republic. The AFU losses amounted to more than 215 troops, 1 armored fighting vehicle, 7 moto vehicles, and 1 electronic warfare station. Units of the Dnieper group of forces inflicted losses on formations of 1 coastal defense brigade of the AFU and 2 territorial defense brigades near Malaya Tokmachka, Stepnogorsk, Zaporozhye region, Antonovka, Kherson region, and Kherson. The AFU losses amounted to up to 65 troops, 3 motor vehicles, 3 electronic warfare stations, and 1 materiel depot. Operational tactical aviation, attack UAVs, missile troops, and artillery of the armed forces of the Russian Federation struck 1 production workshop of uncrewed surface vehicles, as well as temporary deployment areas of Ukrainian formations and foreign mercenaries in 142 areas. Air defense units shot down 1 U.S.-made HIMARS MLRS projectile and 120 fixed-wing unmanned aerial vehicles. In total, since the beginning of the special military operation, the enemy has lost 664 aircraft, 283 helicopters, 74,580 unmanned aerial vehicles, 625 anti-aircraft missile systems, 24,442 tanks and other armored fighting vehicles, 1,584 MLRS combat vehicles, 28,160 field artillery guns and mortars, 39,115 units of support military vehicles,